welcome back to my podcast. I am Lori Cooch, and today we are going to walk through the Good Life Scrapbooking Workshop. Last week we walked through the card making workshop, so if you haven't watched that one, just go ahead and go back to the podcast listing for my channel and you can find that there. So let's see. This is G like George 1287. I have the one with no protectors, and that is $31.95. If you want page protectors in that, you can use those. They fit in the postbound or the 3-ring binder type of album, and those are $36.95. So here is the instruction sheet that comes with it. I always want to go through that first. The materials, that you need are, of course, the Scrapbooking Workshop kit, one of our black Le pens, and that's going to be for the journaling. And since I'm not actually adding photos to these layouts yet, I won't be using that pen. The natural landscape colored pencils, those are in our brand new line, and they look like this. They're the Colorista colored pencils. I only have the vibrant blendable or bright and vivid ones so far, but I do have other colored pencils that we used to carry that I can use. Of course, 3D foam tape, a paper trimmer, scissors, adhesive, and a ruler. And these are the 3 layouts that this kit is going to make. So to start, it tells you to gather your photos. I'm going to be using this since these have a fall theme for our, well, at least this one, for our family trip to the pumpkin patch that we do every year. And so I don't have photos yet. We're not doing that until October. So I won't be putting the photos on these layouts just yet. But this is what it tells you for the layouts that you're going to make. For the first one, you're going to need a 3x3, a 3x4 in portrait landscape, and 3 4x4 photos. For project 2, you're going to need 4 3x3s and 1 3x4 in portrait landscape, and 2 in 3x4 is it called landscape? It's the long way. Project 3, you're going to need 3 of the 4x4s and 2 4x6s in the landscape format. So then you start with the first instructions. It tells you to cut the zip strips for these papers, and let's grid everything out so we can get started. So it comes with these photo placeholders. That's what I will be using until it is time to place my photos. Get all of this out of the bag. It comes with everything you're going to need paper-wise and sticker-wise. So I'm going to just go this way. And I really am in love with this paper because it just has this kind of rustic feel to it. And I just really, really like that a lot. If you've followed any of my stuff, you know we're kind of outdoorsy country kind of family, and so this just works perfect with what we do. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off these zip strips. Now I am actually recording this in advance to when it's airing, and this morning I saw in our consultant Facebook group that this was marked as out of stock already. I just looked and I don't see it as out of stock. I see both of them with page protectors and without as available and able to purchase. So if you go to order this and it is out of stock, I'm gathering, since it's the beginning of a 2-month catalog, that we'd get more in. So just keep checking. Since it's so early in the month, I was kind of shocked. Not surprised, but shocked to see that someone said it was sold out already. These kits are very popular and they do tend to sell out. So that's why I would always recommend to everybody that if you want one, to make sure and get it when it's available. Because I get So sad when someone tells me, oh, I wanted that and I just didn't buy it and now it's out of stock. Do you have any? And I don't. So why is my paper cutter jamming up? So sometimes I get some little dust in my track, and that I think is what caused it to just freeze up. So I take my Cricut tool and clean that out, and that usually fixes the problem. Okay, so it tells me I need the tractor one and the blue grid, of course, the one I just ripped. So I'm going to set those up there, and I'm going to put the fence off to the side because we won't be using that one in these projects. The next thing it tells us to cut is the, I don't even know what to call this paper. I don't know. So it shows you, you're going to cut it with the front up, and this is the back. And if there was lines or directions, then it would be really important to know how you had your back piece going. But this is just a check pattern. It's okay. You can cut it anyway. And this appears that the lines are kind of going left to right. And the majority of this, the lines are going left to right. So that is how I'm going to cut it. So we need for starters, 2 of them that are 5.5 by 9. So I'm just going to go 5.5. And since there's 2 of them that are both 5.5 by 9, I'm going to do both of those. So 5.5, 10, 11, 12. And then cut these at 9. Now I'm going to show you something that I do, and I actually learned this watching Close to My Heart make videos. They see how this says, can you see that? 1E and 1L. So I am going to take my pencil and I'm going to write a 1E and a 1L on the back of these. So I know that these go for layout number 1. And I'm going to just put them up here on my Cricut machine. I'm going to put all the 1s in one place, the 2s in one place, and the 3s in another place. So then off of this last strip, we're going to have 1 inch left, and we're going to cut 1 by 5. So I'm going to measure this out at 5. And that's what I was checking when I was counting earlier. 5.5, 5.5 is 11. So out of 12 by 12 piece of paper, I left 1 inch. I was making sure that I had measured correctly, had an inch on the side. And so this is 3H. So I'm going to put that over here for number 3. And then 3 1/4 by, or I'm sorry, 3/4 by 3 1/4. So I'm going to go 3 1/4 here. And then trim this down to 3/4. Now all of these pieces over here are left over, and this is 3Q. So I'm going to just put them off to the side, and I will use those later on different projects for different things because they are scraps and they'll be perfect for cards or something like that nature. Now, using the same piece of paper, since in all the lines have more of an up and down orientation to them, but that is going to be on the back. So I want them up and down, but it's going to be the back, and we're going to be cutting the blue checks, the gingham print for my front. So we're going to have a 2 inch by 12. So I'm going to go 2. I'm going to label this 2G. And then I'm going to have a 1 by 6 3/4 and a 1 by 6 3/4. So I'm going to do 2 1-inch strips because I cannot do both of those on one strip. And 6 3/4. And 6 3/4. And these are going to be 2E and 2F. And when we go to put these together, if you're not familiar with the close to my heart diagrams, it'll make more sense why we are labeling them. These are extra. Then the next piece, this is where you're going to see more what I was talking about with the lines. So our front piece is going to be the stripe, and we want it to go horizontal, and our back piece is going to be the polka dots. So we're going to go 3 5/8 by 9 1/4. So 3, oh, now this is where I get confused, 5/8. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 1 2 3 4 5 8. Measuring is confusing to me sometimes. And another 3 5/8. 3 1 2 3 4 5. And then a 3 1/2. So these are all the big pieces. That's why I'm just cutting them first. There's going to be some more off of this piece, but the 3 1/2 was 3 1/2 by 9. And so this is going to be harder to see because of the polka dots, but it is 1C. You probably can't see that. I can see it with my pencil. And these are both 9 1/4. If you've never used one of the Close to My Heart Workshop kits, I got to tell you, I love them. 1L. They just make creating layouts quick and easy. And even the card workshop kits, I did, like I said, that one last week for this collection. And these cards are beautiful. I've already sent some out, and everybody I have shown them to have just commented how beautiful they are. Okay, so now, oh, we got to do this other strip. These are 1 1/4 by 2, and I believe that this is already going to be 1 1/4, which it is. So I'm going to cut 2 inches off of here, and I'm going to label this 3R. And then the rest of them, there's 2 more cuts, a 1 by 3 1/2 and a 1 by 2. So I'm going to trim this down to 1 inch. And I'm going to go 3 1/2. And this is 3. I'm assuming that's an I, could be an L, that's okay. And a 1 by 2. And that is 3J. Now the next one is going to be the little farm. Oh, nope, sorry. Skipped one. Got confused for a second. So we have the cut orientation for the second piece. It is another piece going this way, and it is 3 1/2 by 9. So I just put the bigger pieces on the bottom and keep stacking the little pieces that are left over on the top. That just makes it easier for putting them in my back in the bag when I am done. Okay, so this is 1J. Okay, so now we go to the tractor piece, and that is not one of the ones that had a zip strip. There's just one piece of it in here, and we're going to do a 6.5 by 12 and a 5.5 by 12. So this is only one cut. So this is our 6.5 piece, and our 6.5 piece is 3C, and our 5.5 piece is 3M. And I'm putting those in with my 3s. Okay, next we're going to have, notice it says exclusive paper. So that's going to be exclusive to this kit, these papers. Next I have like this little marble colored piece right here. It was also in this kit. I've just got everything set off to the side. There is no right or wrong way on this one. It doesn't appear. So we're going 2.5. All of these cuts are going to be the 12 inches, so we don't have to worry about any length. And that's going to be 2A. Then we have another 2.5. That's going to be 2H. Then we're going to have a 2. Just so y'all know, I get asked a lot why, or I get told, oh, you're using your cutter upside down. I am, but, and this is 3O. The reason for that is I am left-handed, so I have to have it upside down. It is just what I've learned to do my whole life. So I need 3 more that are 1 inch. I have yet to find a trimmer that, 1, I like, and 2, works for me being left-handed, and so this is what I do. I just typically have my numbers upside down. It's not that hard. So these are all 3 cut the same. So these are 3A, 3E, and 3K. And those go with project 3. We have a couple more cuts, nothing too bad. Okay, so one thing I didn't point out earlier, all of our zip strips, let me pull up the ones that we're going to be using in our project, have the coordinating colors on them. So this kit uses espresso, French vanilla, harbor, mist, mocha, and toffee. So these are going to be the cardstocks that are included in this kit already, but just wanted you to know the colors. So, and this tells us here we're going to cut the mint cardstock. So here's our cardstock pieces. We're going to cut harbor. Got a couple harbors here. And a mocha. I'm sorry, I said mint and it's actually mink. And a toffee. And here's the mink. So you'll see that each of these has a light and a dark side. Our cardstocks are double-sided. There's a light and a dark for each of our cardstock pieces. So this is telling us that we're going to cut, you can see here the light and the dark just by flipping it over. We're cutting on the light side of this. And so we're going to go 2 strips at 1 3/4 by 12. 1. I moved my thing out of my... And 1 3/4. And these are 2B and 2I. And then you'll see there's like little tiny lines, and up at the top it tells me they're going to have 4 of them that are 1/4 by 12. So I'm going to just cut another one at 1 inch, and then we will start trimming that down to make our 4 pieces at 1/4. Did that just move on me? Nope, it did not. These are kind of little, and they're 3B, 3D, 3L, and 3N. So they're all 3s. I'm going to just stick them up there with the 3s. Whoop. Don't drop them. I've been dropping stuff all weekend. Okay, so we have some more cuts we need to do here. 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. So this has clearly been cut a 6 1/4 this way. So I'm going to just do the same thing. 6 1/4. And then we have 4 1/4. And another 4 1/4. So this is 3F and 3G. And then the last piece is 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. So 3 1/2 and 3 3/4. I think I said 3 1/4, but it is 3 3/4. And I just screwed that up. I cut that totally wrong. So if that happens, don't panic. Perfect example. I screw up. Everybody screws up. I'm just going to grab another piece of mink cardstock that I have in my stash. Give me just a second. I realize that not everybody's going to have a stash. Hi, Dutchie. My doggy came in to visit us. So if that happens, it'll be okay. Just try to make sure it doesn't happen. So 3 3/4. By 3 1/2. And this is 3P. Yeah, I would have figured something out if I wouldn't have already had mink cardstock. I would have figured something out, looked at what was left over, used that. It happens. People make mistakes. Now we have the toffee, and show you we have the light and the dark, and we're cutting this one on the dark side, and we need 3 of them cut at 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. But on the first strip, we're just going 4 1/4. And then 4 1/4 for the first one. Four 1/4 for the second one, and then 3 1/4 for the last one. We're just going to trim off a little bit here. So the 3 1/4, it was 1G, and the first two were 1M and 1F. Just make sure you're putting your numbers on the back side of your piece that you cut. Then we're going to have another piece at 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. And I hope that everybody got this and is making this right along with me, except for the mistake. And this one is 1N. And then of this bottom piece that's left over, we're going to cut a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So I'm going 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And that is a 1 0. And then from that leftover piece, we're going to do a 2 3/4 by 1/2. And I'm just wondering if I can do that out of this piece that I cut off of here. I wonder if that will 2 1/4. So I have the 2 3/4, and I have that 1/2 inch. So I'm just going to go ahead and not follow their cutting diagram and see where I had cut this at 4 1/4, and then I cut off a 4 1/4 piece, and then I cut this to 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and that left this piece right here. I'm going to cut this last piece of 2 3/4 by 1/2 instead of cutting this leftover piece that I had here. So what I say, 2 3/4 by 1/2. And that is 1P. And the reason, see, I would have been cutting on this piece that was the leftover off of that 4 1/4. So now I have a whole piece that I can use for something else. And this would have been, maybe, depending on the layout, because since these were 1s and that was a 3, I could have used this possibly for that piece that I screwed up. Okay, now we're going into the mocha. Again, we have a light and a dark. Show you the difference. This says we're cutting on the dark side, a 5 5/8 by 9 1/4. We're cutting 2 of those. So I'm going to just do our 5 5/8. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By 9 1/4. And this is 1D. And then another 5 5/8. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By 9 1/4. And this is 1K. Okay, lastly, our last piece to cut is our piece of Harbor. Again, I'm going to show you the dark and the light. You can see the difference there, I hope. We're cutting on the dark side, 6 3/4 by 6 3/4. So 6 3/4 by 6 3/4. And that piece is 2D. And then off of the remaining piece, we're going to have a 6 3/4. So we have that right here, 6 3/4. Nope, guess it was this way. How do I not have a 6 3/4? Oh, right there. Sorry. Can you see, you guys? So we have a 6 3/4 this way, and then a 4 1/2 this way. And that is 2K. Okay, so that should be the end of our cutting. And now we're going to go to the assembly. So it says prepare for both pages. Original or optional color landscape scene die cut with colored pencils. Color landscape scene die cut with colored pencils. So what I haven't showed you yet, and I'm going to just, before we go forward, get all this extra stuff, our leftover papers out of the way. And we haven't used those yet. And the zip strips we weren't going to use. And I'm just going to put those away because we're not using them. Now, other pieces in this kit were some die cut images. And this is what they're talking about. So if you look on the back of each of these die cuts, it tells you what project they're for. And since we're working on project 1, I'm going to just pop out where it says project 1. And I don't... Okay, I hope you can't hear my husband in the background. He is on the phone, and he is quite loud. So we got project 1s. And these little numbers out here, they say 1, 2, 3. I'm not exactly sure what those are. Hold on, I'm going to shut that door. My dog opened it. Whew, his voice just travels down that hallway. Okay. I'm going to assume that these ones that are labeled 1 are going to go on our banner here. But we're going to learn together. So I'm just punching out the project 1s on all of these die cut sheets. And I could absolutely cut out all the other ones as well. I don't typically like to do that, and because I drop things a lot and I don't want to lose them. So I'm just going along, punching out the ones. And I'm going to just kind of keep this because, well, you know, I'm taking out the ones because I just really believe they're going to go on that banner. Here's some more ones up here. And no more ones on this piece. Check out the back of this one. 2, 2, 2. Here's some ones. So if you're new to my channel and my podcast, well, everybody's new to my podcast. This is only the second one. Thank you for joining. If you have not yet, click subscribe. Do that, and then you're going to get notified each week when I post a new podcast video, and then twice a month when I post for Makers with Heart. And any other time I post any video, you'll get just a quick notification so you can come and check it out if you want. No more ones there. And these are going to probably be backgrounds for another project. Okay, so optional one, color landscape. Color the landscape die cut with colored pencil. Mossy green, sap green, nettle green, woodland green, sky blue. And it lists all the colors in that colored pencil set that I already told you I didn't have. So I'm going to just grab my older colored pencil set and we're just going to color these real quick. And I totally opened the wrong end. If you have the older ones, they will work fine. If you have the Colorista ones, they're going to work perfect too. I will be getting the new ones, but I just can't buy all the new product as soon as it comes out every single time. I will get them. Okay, so no greens in that box. Ooh, come on. And then okay, so they colored this. We kind of did, it looks like this color green here. This is citrus leaf. They colored the grass a citrus leaf color. Now I like this a lot because this has like a total down home country feel to it. And we literally just got home today from, we have a little off-grid cabin on 50 acres. It's not a farm like this by any means, but someday maybe. And it just, I don't know. I might use some of these pages for our cabin pictures because it is kind of in a rural area and just country-ish. So I'm just going to color in this green through the fence. And then, let's see. They kind of used some browns on the barn. So I have like this, it's called brown bag. So let's see what I want to do here. What's this? Perfect. Sand is not really dark enough for what I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to color the barn really light with this brown. And then I'm going to come in and do a darker color of it on the roof. Just push a little harder, give it a darker tint to it. And it looks like they did the same on this one. And on this one here. So I'm just coming in really heavy instead of softer. Can you see the difference of the colors there? I did the dark and then a light. And I'm just going really light with the colored pencil down here and then pushing heavier on these ones. And then I'm going to pick another autumn terracotta for this one here. Give it a different color. Who paints their houses all the same color? And I'm trying to see what they've got going on over here. And I'm gonna just gonna be picking some colors that could potentially go here. And I'm going to do this so it'd be more of like a dirt field. Or maybe a lighter color. Hey, I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So then we have, looks like a grain silo right here. So I'm going to just kind of do that in a silver. And I'm just grabbing colors. We have some trees. I'm going to put that pop of green in there. I do have a darker green that we're going to do the big tree behind in. And then come back with these other greens. And then we have some trees over here. And then they didn't really do this, but I'm going to take this really crystally blue and kind of do the clouds a little bit. And you can absolutely, with these, because these are watercolor pencils, you take a water brush and go over them and you'll get a more watercolor effect with them. So I'm just lightly doing this blue. And it said optional on the directions, so you don't have to color this at all. And this looks like smoke to me coming out of this fire. So we're gonna just do that. So there we have our little farmhouse. Now, if you want to know the colors I used on the old kit, I used autumn terracotta for that barn. I used gray wool for the silo. I used crystal blue to the clouds. I used clover, meadow, and olive for the trees. I used citrus leaf for the grassy area. I used sunflower over here. And then I also did brown bag for our roofs. Okay, so I'm just going to put those in here. I never put them back where they belong. So that was why I opened the wrong box to begin with. Okay. Then it says optional color wood grain arrow die cut with dark timber colored pencil. So I'm sure we have our die cuts here because we took them all out, but I don't think it was a die cut. I think it's possibly a sticker. Not a sticker. So how did I miss an arrow? Oh, because it's probably it's this. It's one of these cute little die cut shaped things that came in the kit. So we're taking the wood grain arrow, and they said to color it optionally with dark timber. Now again, I don't have the right colored pencils. So what I am going to do, what am I going to do? I'm going to just take the brown bag. We used that. It'll match our roof. And I'm going to just color it heavier with that. I was thinking about inking it, which was why I hesitated there for a second. But this will work okay. I do not always follow the instructions 1000%. So just know that from the jump. And you feel free to edit anything or change anything you want to as well. Then it says to color 3 small wood green dovetail die cuts with chestnut brown colored pencil. So that would be these. And since they're using different colors, I'm going to use the chocolate colored pencil to give them, I'm trying to see where they are on this layout. It could be on the other page that I'm not seeing right now, but I'm just going to lightly cover those in chocolate. And I do them on here so I don't get color all over my desk. And I'm going with the grain of the wood look. So it did give it a little bit darker tint to it. Makes it hard when I keep going off the edge and hitting it with my pencil. You could ink these, absolutely. Just get an inker brush and ink them. If I was going to ink them, I would probably use chocolate for this one, since I'm using a chocolate colored pencil. And the last one. Okay. Then it says, layer and attach 4 triangle pendant die cuts on mocha polka dot banner die cut as shown. Draw a dash line on 1P with the black lip pen. So they are using the black lip pen for something other than journaling. So I will find a black pen we can use for that. So I was correct in saying that they are using the banners for, you know, the ones that were just labeled 1 and they didn't have. So I turned the page. This is the second page of the layout, but it tells us how they're laying them out. So I'm going to just do that. And I'm just going to be putting them on here just like they do. I don't have a preference on this. So I will use, oh, they are layering the other way though. So I'm going to start the other side. And then they had one of these. You can see how quickly these pages really do come together. And now, because I put this down first, I'm going to lift it up because they are layering on top going this way. And I don't want one to look funny. Okay, so black pen. I don't have the black Le Pen, so without bumping this camera too badly, I'm gonna do it. So let me push this the other way. I'm just going to grab my Cricut pens. And grab the black one out of here. And then it said to draw dash line on 1P. And that's, you can see the stitch line on here. And I want to just look at their page. That is not what they appear to have done. Because I'm looking at this and it still looks white to me. So I'm not sure. Draw a dash line on 1P. What is 1P? Layer, attach triangle. Okay, so let's find what 1P is. So we're just going to look back through our cuts here. See if we can find one that says 1P. I have a 3P. Okay, 1P. Okay, I know what it is. That little piece that I said, oh, I'm going to cut it. Remember that piece that I was like, I'm going to cut it this way instead of this way? And it's actually right here. So I'm going to just pick it up off my one stash. And then that's what they're doing. They're just putting the, see, I labeled it 1P. Just gonna put those dash lines across the top and the bottom. Now I think the Le Pen would actually be a finer tip and might look better, but you do with what you have. Okay. So then going back to our instructions. Okay, so that is all of our prep work, I think. So now it is time to assemble. And this is why I end up losing pieces, because I have everything just here. And then I put stuff on top of it, or I'll pick this up and I'll pull it right down. So be careful about that. So next, we're going to use that French vanilla pattern paper. Remember I said, oh, we're not cutting this. Probably going to be a background. It's a background. And one thing I love about Close to My Heart is they always give us the measurements. So I'm going to grab my mat. It's got so much stuff on it. So I'm going to, and then this is a trick I learned from our Makers with Heart. They just put a little bit of adhesive in that middle of there, and it will hold your paper at your on your mat for measurement, and then it's easy to remove when you're done. Okay, so we get all of our pieces that we cut. Ta-da! And we're going to start, it tells us 1B, 1D, so there is 1B. And here, just looking for 1C. Excuse me. Okay. So this tells me that 1B and 1C are going to go like this. And they are going to just kind of be matted that way. So I'm going to just do that. And I'm going to just put that down. And you're just eyeballing. And then it tells us that this piece, well, let's back up because we got to put this piece on first. So we have our little piece of zip strip, and it tells us that it is 4 3/4 down. And the reason you have to put that first is because this piece is going to sit on top of that. So I'm going to just put some adhesive on the back of this. And then because I'm using my all-purpose mat and it shows me that the top of it is 4 3/4 of the way down, I can easily go 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8, 4 3/4, and line this up here. And then our piece is going to go right on top of that. Attach 1A, which was our zip strip, and then it says attach 1B and 1C. And then this tells us we are 1 3/4 in. Now, if you have not used our T-square yet, it's fabulous. So what I'm going to do, since I know that this is 1 3/4, or sorry, 1 3/8 in, I'm going to nope, it goes this way. Why is this not fitting the way I thought it would? You can turn it that way. So it's hard to tell on here because these are these go in halves. And so I don't really know where 1 3/8 is because I am not that good with measuring. So if I count, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3/8. 1, 2, 3/8 is, I'm going to just eyeball it and figure it out. One, 2, 3/8. It's going to be just before the 1.5, and so I'm going to just put a real light tick mark right there. And then what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to slide it over here, is I'm going to just line this up on that tick mark. And I'm doing this so then I will place this straight. I am not the straightest person when it comes to placing things. So then I can just line that up on this side and down here, and I know it will be straight on my page. Okay, that was harder than it should be, but I am sometimes measuring impaired. Anybody else? Just me? Okay. So then it says attach 1D and 1E. So we're going to find those pieces. That's 1K, 1D, and 1E. Is that E? Yeah, that's E. So those are going to go like so, just like we did the other piece. I love these natural tones. Just going to visually line this up so it's got an equal border. And then we know this is going to be the same as this. So if I just line, and I did not get this lined up perfectly, and I'm going to fix that here in just a second. See how I have a border here, but nothing up here? Okay. Okay, then it tells me attach mocha gingham and mocha wash die cuts to 1E. So this is 1E. And the mocha gingham and mocha wash die cuts. So that would be this and this. So we're just going to put some adhesive on the back of this and on the back of this. And it tells me okay, it does tell me. So this piece is going to be the one on the far right, and it is 1 3/8 in. So I'm going to erase my little tiki mark up here. I am done with it. So now I get to do this one, which we all know is not easy for me to do. But, oh, and I just stuck that on there. So I am going to then line this up and count 1 3/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 is going to be right here. Really faint dot. And then I'm going to line this up here. Oh, you know what? I totally measured that wrong. It's 1 3/8, sorry, off of this. So measure correctly, guys. So I'm going to just I'm going to count my 3/8, which are 1, 2, 3 right there. So it's going to be in this area. You probably can't see that mark. I can with my pencil. And then I'm going to take my gingham piece. I'm going to use this as my line up. And I'm going to just put it on here. And then this piece sits, nestles up right next to it. So I don't even need to measure anything here. And then it tells us attach 1F with 3D foam. Now 1F is going to be one of our picture mats. So I'm gonna grab me. I use these shaker window pieces because they're just extra, and let's use them up. They're pre-cut, saves me time. And I have actually seen people, and everybody has their own way. I am not judging. I've seen people take like the foam tape rolls that we have and like just do. You don't need to. You're using more than you need, and save it. Use it sparingly, and you don't have to buy it as often. You're gonna get the same effect by just doing a couple pieces. Even if I was using the roll, I would cut the same amount and put on here. Okay, so I need to measure again. This is going to go 5/8 of the way in off of here. And 5/8 up. So this is going to be tricky for me, guys. So I'm going to just take my ruler and I'm going to count my 5/8. I'm going to do it up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have a 5/8 here. And then I need to count 5/8 up. If I'm being totally honest, I have never spent so much time measuring things. I usually just eyeball it, but I'm trying to be better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's going to be right about here. So now I am going to line up here with here. And place it down. And then I'm just going to erase these little marks that I made. No one will ever see them. And remember I said I wasn't going to be putting my photos, so I'm just going to pop that down so I can remember what, when I go to print these pictures, what goes where. And then it tells me attach 1G. Now it says tip. Do not use adhesive along the right edge so another piece can be tucked behind it in a later step. Okay, that's good to know. So 1G is a different shape. So let's find that. It's right here. Here's our 1G. And it didn't say to attach this one with foam tape. So would I or would I not? I'm not. And that's why then that gives the illusion of a little bit more dimensional. So remember, we're not going to put on the right side too much. So I'm going to come in a little bit here because we're going to tuck something in there later, it says. So I'm not putting anything right there. Now 1G and 1E, this one, says it is 1/4 of an inch apart. But I'm going to be more worried about getting it lined up at the bottom. So I'm going to visualize 1/4 of an inch on what I think that would be and make sure that I have this lined up this way. Then it says attach 2 mocha polka dot corner die cuts to 1F. Attach 2 mocha polka dot corner die cuts. Not sure what that is. Polka dot corner die cuts. Attach 2 mocha. I don't see what they're talking about. Attach 2 mocha polka dot corner die pieces to 1F as shown in attached photos. So this is 1F. Oh, okay. I see now. And I evidently did not get those punched out. Or are they under something? Okay, so this is why I don't pre-punch things out, because I tend to lose them. So we're going to just, here we are, right here. There we are, 4 of them. 2, 3, and 4. Now keep in mind, I have not added my photo here yet. So we just want 2 of them. So what I want to do is I want to leave it so when I put the photo in here, it can just slide under and hold it in place like the old time pictures, how they used to do those. So I'm going to use liquid glue, and I'm going to go just around that corner, and I need a piece of scrap paper. Because my glue is okay. So I'm going to just put a couple dots of glue on here and smear it. And same with down here. I do not want to get it where the photo is, because then one, I won't be able to get my placeholder out later, and I want to be able to slide a picture under there as well. So I think I got a little too much, so I'm going to just wipe some off of there. If you have liquid glass, that would work as well. Okay. So now later, I'll be able to slide this out, this placeholder out, and put the real picture under there. Okay, next. It says attach photos. We're not doing that step right now, as we've already discussed. Embellish with stickers and additional die cuts, including prepared die cuts. Attach the Grateful Circle die cut with 3D foam tape and tuck one sticker slightly behind 1G. So here is the Grateful sticker. Now again, it's telling us to put this here, but I don't want to put anything where my picture is. So I want to keep my foam tape over here on this side. So I'm going to just put a couple pieces, maybe even just one piece on here, because I want to tuck some stuff underneath it. And before I even put that down, I'm going to put the pieces we're going to tuck. So what pieces are we tucking under here? We are tucking, it looks like this, and nope, not that one. Here we go, me losing stuff again. These might be on the sticker sheet. Yeah. So here's the ones on that they're using. Now these are really long. I don't need to use this whole piece. So I could cut this and then I would have this to use again later. So something to think about. And this one, I'm not going to, but you absolutely can do that. So they've got them kind of staggered this way, and maybe this behind it, and there's a third piece in there, and I don't really know what it, oh, they're using one of these wood grains. Okay, so I'm going to then put this here, and then because this is sticky, I'm going to put a little sticky here, and none of that is going to be where our photo is, and we will be able to then place our photo later, and it will still be, see if I can get under there to put our photo in. And then they took one of these wood grains that, remember, we colored, and stuck that right here as well. And up at the top here, we are putting some things. They didn't. Interesting. Oh, okay. I'm with it now. So we're going to put the landscape scene that we colored on here. And that's going, yeah, it's going to sit right on here like so, right along the tractor. They do have it more up here, so I'm going to move that over. Then they took this piece that was one of the die cuts, and with the stitching down, it goes right on top. Doesn't this page just have like a total fun, homegrown kind of feel to it? Then we have some more dovetail pieces. Looks like they've layered those in here this way. I love, 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 love country farm stuff. So, of course, I'm going to love this kit so much. Then we have this laid in here. And I am just literally looking right here on what they have done. So then they've added some stickers. That's the first one says, keep it simple. Well, the bottom one actually says homegrown happiness. And that's right here on our sticker sheet. So I'm going to put that one down. And they're overlapping that onto here a smidgen. Then they added happy place. And what I say the other one said? Keep it simple. So I'm taking homegrown, happy, and keep it simple. Or I'm sorry, happy place. And keep it simple. And then that arrow that we colored, they're putting that right over the top. And I'm going to use a thinner tape on this. And it's just going to go right here. Then lastly, it looks like they took 2 wheels off, or buttons off of the sticker sheet, and put those right here. How cute is this? I love this, you guys. Except for the, there we go. So that's page 1. And then we move to page 2. I'm going to set this one over here. We're using that same background piece of paper. I'm going to put some adhesive down. Remember how we did that? To keep it from moving. And then I can take it right off the back of my layouts when I'm done. Okay, so it's telling us to use the exclusive French vanilla pattern for the base. Attach 1H, which is the other zip strip right here. And we are attaching that at also 4 3/4 of the way down. So get my measure. Well, don't need that actually. Just need some tape on here. So we said 4 3/4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 3/4 puts us at 7 1/4. And then it would be 7 1/4 over here too. Ooh, I just moved it. Did you see that? Okay. I don't have this straight. There. Nope. You guys, I'm having issues today. And this is not staying. I don't really know why. So I'm going to add another little piece there. So 7 1/4. And just run it across. Should be, I'm not putting it on straight. 7 1/4. Okay. Having problems. Then it says attach 1H. So 1H, when we find it on here. Oh, we already did that. Attach 1I to 1J. So as our polka dot and our striped. I'm losing my mind, you guys. See, I keep putting everything over here and then I hit it. So we have our polka dot, which is 1. So our polka dot goes in the back and our striped is 1J goes on front. Okay. And then attach 1K to 1L, which would be this one again. So we're doing this way, same as before. Okay, so then it tells us, oh, I almost dropped that, and attach 1M. Okay, we're getting ahead. So to attach 1L and 1J, remember it's 1 3/8 in, and this is where I have my problems with my measuring. So we're going to go, oops, this way. 1, and then we have, there's our 1, 1, 2, 3. So there's our 3. So 1 3/8 in. And this one at the bottom is also going to be 1 3/8 in. So let's just measure that at the same time. And we know that they're going to line up with this. And now when I put this on here, put some adhesive on the back of this. I'm going to line this up at my 1 3/8. And then I know that that's where that edge is going to go. And I'm going right on top of the tractors. Same with this. If if I'm being completely honest with you guys, I have not really used this T-square before. I have one that I had prior and hadn't really used it either. So like I didn't really ever measure things. I just eyeballed it. So I'm trying to be better and get better results on my layouts. Okay, so now it tells us to attach 1M. So 1M is going to be one of our 4x6s, or not 4x4. Oh my gosh, you guys. It was like, I don't know the size of it, but it doesn't matter. So it's 3/8 in and 3/8 up from the edge of this. So 1, 2, 3 here. One, 2, 3 here. So I am magnetic impaired today. What the heck am I doing wrong? There we go. Nope. What am I doing wrong here? There we go. So here. And then it says to attach one N and one O also with foam tape. And I know that these two are lined up, so I'm going to just leave my thing there and put the foam tape on the back of this and put it down. Again, only using a few pieces instead of covering the whole back. There's no need to just cover the whole back. I haven't decided what we're going to make next week. I'm kind of toying with playing with one of the thin cut sets that go with this set, or working with Stamp of the Month, or doing a Cricut project. I just not really sure what I want to do. So we'll figure that out. And the distance between here is 1/8. So just eyeballing that because I've already measured this way. And then it tells us to put 1O also down with foam tape. If you have one that you would like to see me do, like a preference between the Stamp of the Month for September or this Stampin' Thin Cut, it's called the Good Life Scrapbooking. We can do a project with that or the Stamp of the Month. Put it in the comments. Let me know what you would prefer. And that's the one we will possibly do next week. Okay, so 1O is 1/2 of an inch over from here, and it is just up on the tractor line. So I'm just gonna eyeball it. 1/2 of an inch is gonna be, so this is right about here, so 1/2 inch is gonna be right about here. So I want to just make sure I get it straight when I put it down. Okay. Again, not putting these photos on just yet. So I'm going to put the placeholders in there. And these placeholders come with with the kit. So if you're not ready to put your photos down either, it's okay. Just stick some adhesive on there and put these placeholders in place. Do not use adhesive along the top left of one end so pieces can be tucked behind it. So of course I didn't listen, but that's okay. Then it says attach prepared 1P, and we haven't really prepared 1P yet, but what it looks like is this die cut. Then it has a sticker. Knocking things over. Has a sticker on here that says Our Story. This is going to be your journaling box. And it's kind of right through the ink pattern. And then I'm going to put it down first before we go further with it, because there's some embellishment pieces on there. So this is going to go on here, and it says 3/8 of an inch up. So, but it's, how do I explain this? This piece, this little die cut piece, and remember the piece that we colored on? That's going to be where we're at our 1/8 of a piece up. Or sorry, 3/8 up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put the T-square on here, and I'm going to put this piece down. That's going to give us our measurement on to keep our lines straight. If you don't move it, silly. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am losing it with this T-square. Then it looks like they set this right here and then put this on top of it. And I'm good with that. I'm not big on journaling, and I should be better. So this goes here. And then we have our banner that goes here. And it doesn't say to put this up with foam tape, but I kind of want to. Don't you? Let's do that. So I'm going to put just a couple pieces of foam tape in here. I'm not going to even put it on every single one, like every other one. Well, it can't do every other one because it's an odd number. But I think that will be okay. Yeah, I like that better with the foam tape. And then it has this little piece here, and you can put this down with liquid glue. I'm going to just run it through my Xyron. To me, that's going to be faster. And then what I do with this is just make sure you kind of like burnish over it real good, and then take, I'm gonna just use one of my Cricut tools and cut around, not cut, but like trace around it, and it severs that adhesive barrier so you don't get stragglers. So I'm gonna just do that on all of these little fence grids, and then I'll make this whole thing a nice easy sticker to apply. And then it tells us to just add our embellishments on here. So they took these buttons, taking them right off of the sticker sheet, and they put those down here. And then we have the little heart on here. These pages are so cute. I absolutely adore them. I don't know where this piece goes, but then we have up here this little circle, and it goes behind, it goes behind our picture. Then we have one of our wood pieces that we colored, sticking out behind that. We have another sticker that says memories. And that's right here on our sticker sheet. So I'm trying to just make sure. Okay. Then what else do we have? I'm not really sure where these other pieces went. Well, I know, okay, well, I know this piece. So these, again, they want us to put around where our photos are going to be, but I don't want, it's going to be on this one, don't want to stick those down permanently because I don't have my photos. So we're going to do exactly what we did before with the liquid glue and just put them in the corners. So I can then come back later and add my photos. Now I know, oh, like I know I'm missing something. So they also put this cute little banner and tucked it up under here. I'm going to tuck it under this one because I put foam tape under there. And I have no idea where these other pieces go. I just don't know. So I may have missed them on page 1. We can go back and look. I did. So this little piece on page 1 kind of went back behind these buttons. I'm not sure if I can still lift those up to put them in there. We're gonna try though. Look at that, I can. So I'm gonna shove that under there. And then we have another wood piece. Oh, and I missed other things on page 1. I don't see this wood piece or this other piece, and that's fine. So I don't need it, but they did, and I don't see it. Interesting. So you'll see here, they have like this little tab, and I don't know where that is because I don't see it on, I mean, it wasn't in any of the pieces that we cut out here. So maybe it'll show up when we are done. So now I'm going to get rid of these pieces. I'm going to take that adhesive off the back. And we're going to go on to layout number 2. So for layout number 2, we are using hand trim made with love sticker as shown. Tear approximately 1.5 inch long edge of 2A, 2B, 2H, and 2I. Well, I'm not going to trim the sticker yet until I'm ready to place it, because I don't know how. Oh, so they're just cutting around this white piece, and I'm not ready to place it yet, so I'm not gonna do that just yet. Tear approximately 1/2 inch from the long edge of 2A, 2B, 2H, and 2I. So I believe, let's see, what is 2A? Well, this is 2I, 2B. I'm looking for 2A. So we have 2A, 2B, 2H, and 2I. And it tells us to tear approximately 1/2 inch from the long edge of these pieces. So we're just going to tear. And this is probably not 1/2 inch, but you know, that's okay. You don't want straight lines because that's boring. Kind of want that white to show. It gives it that tear, torn, worn effect. You don't want too much, but you do want something. I'm just going to tear these. There's no right or wrong. You just want a torn edges. And this is, we're preparing for both pages here. So there's that. And then it tells us optional, color the apple tree die cut with colored pencils. And I don't know what the apple tree die cut is. Let's look at the page. So we're missing, oh, we're on 2. Sorry, I forgot to punch out our pieces for number 2. I was thinking we were still on 1. So we need 2s. We need to come in here and get all of our 2s. 2. All of our 2s. So theoretically, when we're done, this is a 3 and it just popped out. All we will have left on here are 3s, and then once we complete the 3rd layout, we'll have nothing left. So here's a 2. 2, 2s, 2s. I like these kits because then I don't have to like think. I can just, I have to think because clearly I'm having issues. But I don't have to think design-wise. I can just do, and then if there's something I want to change up, I can do that. And I have changed a few things. As we get into these more, I will probably change more things up. But so while I'm taking out this number 2, it's gonna punch out a number 3. But yeah, I will probably change things up more and do different things as we do these more often. The plan is to do these every single month with one of the project kits. I'll do the scrapbooking one and the card making one. And I did change a few things on the card making one, if you were watching that. 3, 3, 2, 2, almost done. 2 and 2. Okay, so it tells us to take the tree, and it's one of the circles, and color it if we want to. And of course we want to. So here's the tree. And what they did, we're just going to flip forward, is they just colored it, you know, normal tree kind of colors. So we're going to do the base in chocolate, because we do like, you know, it's wood, so color the branches that go up. Then I'm going to color the ladder in gray wool. And then for the leaves, I really liked, I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to try the clover meadow and the citrus leaf, and I'm going to just kind of come in and do the citrus leaf mostly everywhere. And then I'm going to just add sections of the citrus meadow, of the clover meadow, to give it different hues, because we all know that trees are never all solid one color. And then it looks like there's some maybe apples on here. So they've colored some of the little fruit red. Okay, so there's our cute little tree. And it is hot in this room. Oh boy. So for using the background paper, it says use windmill patterned paper for a base page. So that is this, and I really, really love this. So we still have some adhesive on here from our others. Attach prepared 2A, 2B, and 2C. So 2A, B, and then 2C is one of our zip strips from the beginning. So I'm not sure how they did this. Oh, okay. Okay, so what they've done is they've put this way and this way. Nope, sorry. This way, then this, and then this on the top. So we don't have a set measurement of how this should go. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to run some adhesive down this to put these two pieces together. And then I'm going to just kind of eyeball. I know my zip strip is 1/2 inch. So I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back of this and place it at right around that 1/2 inch. I do want my zip strip to overlay over this just a little bit. And this is the one I tore, so that's unfortunate. But I think it will be okay. And line that up at the top. Yeah, you can't even hardly see I tore it. So yay for me. Okay, then it says attach 2D and 3D with foam tape. So 2D and 2D with 3D foam tape. So this is 2D. But it says do not use adhesive along the top or upper right edge, because we're going to do not use adhesive along the top or upper right edge so other pieces can be tucked behind it later. But if we're doing it with foam tape, that's okay. I'm going to just kind of come in and down on all 4 corners. And this is a bigger piece, so if you want to add a little bit more, you can. You don't have to. I know some people get really stressed out by that. Okay, so then this is, if we look at our measuring, it tells us that it is 2 3/4 in from the right and 2 1/4 up from the bottom. So get our T-square out again, find my pencil that I'm sure I have buried. So 2 1/4 inches up from the bottom, and that's the bottom of our page. So 2, what did I say, 2 1/4. So there's 2 1/2. Is that how that is? Yeah, so there's our 2 1/4. Line this up. So we're roughly right here. And then 2 3/4 in. So right about here. Okay. So I'm going to be more worried about keeping it straight up and down than I am side by side, because if I'm straight up and down, then I'm going to be straight side by side. So I'm going to do, this is my 2 1/4 up, and this is my 2 3/4 in. So I'm going to just put this right here, and we're going to be lined up. Okay, give me just a second. I need to check this. Okay, sorry. Okay, my phone was getting ready to die. I had to plug it in. So we added 2D with 3D foam tape. Then we're going to attach 2E and 2F. And those are right here. 2E and 2F. And they go right along the edges. And then it says attach our photos. Again, we're not using photos right now. So we're just going to put spacers down. And I'm missing one of them. So we're just going to go with the 3 we have for right now. And I will add the 4th one when I find it. Oh, it's right there. Yay. So I'm just eyeballing these. It says 1/4 of an inch. That looks like 1/4 of an inch. Okay. And then embellish with die cuts and stickers, including prepared sticker. So that's that one we haven't cut yet. Attach a few of these embellishments with 3D foam tape for added dimension. Okay, so what do we have? So it looks like they used this heart and home sticker. I'm gonna just pop out these little centers. Now they have it, I'll show you, they have it on the photos. I don't want sticky on my photo because I haven't put my photos in yet. So I'm actually gonna come below the photos and just line it up at the bottom. And then we have the sticker they told us to prepare, and it's the Made with Love. And it looks like they just trimmed off. Oh, I don't want that there. These edges. I'm just trimming this off. So we only get the words Made with Love. I love this windmill paper out at, I'll probably use this for our cabin because out at our cabin there are windmills that they use to fill up the, is it a cistern for the cattle that they graze out there. Okay, what else do we have? We have this little red heart. And it goes like right about here. And then it looks like there's another, we know this is for the next page. We have our clouds, we have to do our clouds. And again, I'm not measuring these. They probably have them measured. I'm just going with it because we had, you know, different links here, so it may not line up exactly. And I'm just looking to see what else is on this page versus the page behind it. Not behind it, but next to it, you know, the page 2 for this layout. So here's my question, and so they have these little nubbit things. I don't know what they are, but they look like the pieces that go for family and happy. And I want to make sure I'm not using the words happy and family anywhere on these layouts before I put those in there. So there's 2 there and there's 3 on this one. So I'm going to use the word happy because that is 5 letters. And we're just going to tuck them behind so that you don't see the actual letter. What else do we have? There are some of these little wood buttons on here. And there's another heart, but I don't see it. So it's probably one I've lost. I don't know how I lost it, but I don't see it. So we'll look on our sheet. So I punched them out. I see that they're punched out, but I, of course, have lost them. I always lose something. Always. It's a given. So I'm going to just keep looking. Maybe they will turn up as we complete further. And then there's this piece that goes on the top. I did just drop that one. So I wonder where that went. Seeing if it's in my trash. So I'm gonna have to, oh, found it. And that goes right here. And then there's a little red heart. that I have also seemed I have lost. So I don't know. I'm sure they will turn up. I don't know where they could have gone, but we will add it later. And then there's one more little red button. And I told you at the beginning, I always lose things. So this is really not that surprising to me. And it goes on here. Again, I'm not covering the photo area, which they have done. But when I find the red heart, it goes underneath this. So that's all for this page. We're missing a red heart right here and a little brown heart down here. I'm sure they'll turn up. I'm sure they're somewhere. But I lose things. And I don't know how. Okay, so now still using the other piece of windmill paper. Still got my sticky on my, look right there, look what I just found, the hearts. I saw them peeking out from under. So I'm going to pull these out. I told you they'd turn up. And then a red heart. Okay, that one is done. Oh, nope, one more little red heart that I probably, oh, right here. Oh, no, that's on the next page. Looking ahead. Okay, so now we're on this one, and we're going to do the top just like we did the other top. So I'm going to just run some adhesive along here so that these pieces are one. And again, this is 1/4 of an inch, our zip strip, so I'm going to go just, I'm sorry, not 1/4 inch, a 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch. Just right at the 1/2 inch. And then we have our zip strip. And this I did not get up high enough. Okay, so we've used the windmill pattern paper for base page, attached 2G, attached prepared 2H and 2J. Done that. And then it says attach 2K with 3D foam tape. So this is 2K. We're going to attach the 3D foam tape. And we need to measure where it's going to go. It says we are 1 inch in, which we have, and 2 inches high. So, oh, get off of there. You guys be more careful than I am, because clearly I am I'm a mess today, so I've got foam tape now stuck to my T-square. I will get that off with some undo later because it's pretty sticky. So we know our 1 inch, I need this T-square. We know our 1 inch, turn this over, is right here. And now I've lost my pencil, there it is. So I'm gonna mark my 2 inch right here, and so it's right there. I've left a little mark there. And so we know that bottom corner is at the 1 inch and the 2 inch mark. But I do want it straight up and down, so I'm going to put this on this side of my mark at 1 inch so I can line this up straight. And then erase my little mark. Attach a frame die as shown. Frame die cut as shown. What is my frame? Oh, okay. So my frame die cut is over here. It's this one. And I'm going to just put a little bit of adhesive in each corner. I was trying to think maybe I would want that over my picture, but I don't. So I'm going to I'll just put my picture in the middle of it. And this is showing, actually there's no measurement for this one. That's interesting. So we're just going to line it up, eyeball it with our top. And move it in. I do see this piece here, and this is piece 2G, and I missed that step. It was actually the second step. We're supposed to go underneath here. So we are going to lift all of these up. Well, let's put some adhesive on here first. I totally read over that step, and I apologize. So I'm going to put this down here. And then I'm going to just lift these up. And I need to lift up this zip strip too. And then put them back down on top. Then we can put our frame. And there is a gap. So right about here. And then it says attach photos. So it looks like they've got this one and this one. And then this one hangs down over the bottom of that frame. Just dropped some of these. So I'll have to pick those up when we're ready for them. And then down here, says do not use adhesive along the bottom of the right photo, so another piece can be tucked behind it at a later step. So we are not putting the actual photo down, so we've only tapped there anyway. So the next piece is going to be here. Embellished with stickers and die cuts, including prepared die cut, which is the one we colored. So this actually goes right at the edge of this photo. We have our cloud. It's going to go right about here. We have a dovetail. It appears to be the wide one. It's really long and it's going to just tuck behind. Nope, this one's going to go down here. This one is going to tuck behind like that. And then there's a sticker that says, "You are my home." And I think that is so sweet. And that's going to go right here. It is warm in my room. Then we have this dovetail, but it's going to go behind here. This is going to go on here. And I'm just looking at the pictures, seeing what they have done and just kind of mimicking along those lines. So I'm going to slide this up under here. And then we have this piece. Some more of these wood buttons. And they're not really wood, but they look like wood. So keep that in mind. You're not going to have some big old chunky piece of something on your page. Then we have okay, so this is 3 pieces. This goes on here. Like so. And then this goes on here, but I'm going to put this on with foam tape. And then it goes right here. Again, I do not want any adhesive on where my picture is going to go. I want my picture to be able to tuck right underneath. So I'm going to put this like so. And then we have these 2 hearts. And I don't know where these other pieces go. So again, I have more pieces than what I should have, which means I've lost them somewhere. But we still need to tap these letters back behind here. so that none of the letter part shows. So now I have these pieces. I have this little scallop border and this little scallop border, a circle, and another dovetail. So I don't know. So this little dovetail actually goes behind this cloud. And then, I don't know that it went there, but that's where I put it. I don't know where this circle, they say project 2. Oh, okay, see, look, and you will find this circle goes down here. And then it looks like these went here, but I put my sticker there, so that would look just funny, so I'm not going to use those. Okay, so there is our second layout. Even with my forgetting things, they look pretty cool, I think. Now moving on to layout number 3. We are using Harbor as our background. We do need to use light Harbor cardstock. So we're on the light side. We do need to pop out our die cut shapes. And hopefully I don't lose any this time. So I'll move everything off over here. So everything that is left should be for 3. So you'll see these actually don't take that long. If I was trying to create a page by myself, I would still be on the first page. Not even the 1-page layout, just the first page. Okay, so those are all done. I can get rid of that. We have a cute little star. That I just ripped. And you can you can do these all ahead of time if you want to, but remember I said I lose things, and I think I've demonstrated that. So that's why I try to keep them all there. Now remember, there was some pieces that I had that had fallen out earlier. So there's that. So now, hot in here. Go to our instructions. Use light Harbor cardstock. So I put it on the light side. It says attach 3A, 3B, 3C, and 3D, and 3E. So what are those pieces? So 3A appears to be one of these. So we have 3A. And that's 3M. I labeled this 3C. What is 3B? Oh, I bet you 3B was, yeah, it's one of these little pieces. Then 3C. Put these back up here. So we have this, 3C, then another one of these little ones, and you want to make sure you use the same side. Then we find the one that says 3E, So 3A is 1.5 inches in, and that's how we're going to use to layer all of our other pieces next to it. So at 1.5 inches, make this straight again. My stickum is not, we're on our third layout, so it's starting to not get sticky, but then we have 3B, and I'm going to use, I think, the light side. Normally wouldn't just run it down the whole thing here, but it's so little that I want to make sure. I'm just running that next to it. And I said I went with the light side, so I need to make sure I stay on the light side. Oh, of course I ran out. Why wouldn't I? So now I'm just going to put so I don't have it as sticky on this one, but it will be just fine. And then we run this one next to it. So this is our base. This is what we're going to build on. Okay, so now that we've added those, it says add 3F with foam tape. So 3F is one of these. We're going to put foam tape on the back of it. It says add 3F and 3D with foam tape. Do not use adhesive along the top or right edge, which too late. I'll kind of bring these in. So 3F goes 2 inches down and kind of centered on here. So since our mat is upside down, we know that 10 inches is our 2. And I'm going to just kind of eyeball this in the center of this. And did it say 3F and 3D? 3G. No, 3D. Where's 3D? See, I'm losing my mind again, you guys, because I thought it said 3G. And I do believe that to be a typo because it says attach 3F and 3D. This little strip right here is 3D. I really believe they mean to add foam tape onto 3G. So that is what I'm going to do because I've already stuck down 3D because it already told me to. So I believe that that's a typo and it happens. D, G, you know, they're close. And then it says these are 1/8 of an inch apart, so I'm just eyeballing, but making sure they're this way, lined up. It says add photos. I probably dropped the photo mats. I didn't. I did drop some, but not for this layout. So the photo mats will go this way. And you'll see I used the light side, which then coordinates with the light side of these backing, and I didn't even think about it, but it worked. So perfect. Okay. Dovetail and attach, 3H. So that is going to be one of these like wood grain pieces that we cut. So that's 3Q. This is 3H. So if you don't know how to dovetail, it's really, really easy. Just kind of make a cut up the center and then cut your corners to match it, and you'll get a perfect dovetail every single time. As long as you're cutting up that center initially, you will have a perfect dovetail. So we're attaching 3H, and it is 1/2 of an inch in, so it's going to line up right here. And then embellish with stickers and die cuts. And so these are the stickers and die cuts that it has here. We have that's a pre-cut one that we did. That's a pre-cut one that we did. So find my sticker sheet. There is not. Oh, okay, so it shows. It's just not in the instructions. So 3I, wherever that is a polka dot piece. That's 3J, 3R, 3I. So they dovetailed this. Again, I don't see it in the instructions there, but we're going to just dovetail it up. And cut it. And it also goes right here. And I put it on the wrong side. They wanted it on the polka dots. I put it on the wood grain. We're going to live with it. And then, so they have one of these die cuts and they have the dovetail end. Want to make sure it's not, both of them are not used on the next page. Looks like only one of them is. So I'm going to cut it just along one of the lines here. I'm going to tuck it. Right about there. Oh, we forgot this piece. So that's okay. We can take these off. That's what I like about this adhesive. It comes right off. You can move things around. So this piece covers. This like so, and then this piece goes here. Like I said, they had it on polka dots. I put the adhesive on the wrong side, so we're just gonna run with it. And then this piece keeps moving around on me, so I'm gonna just put another piece of adhesive to tack it down. Next we have some circles. So we have this little circle piece over here that appears to be tucked under here. And I'm leaving so the edge is open because there's some other things that are going to tuck behind it, like this circle. Then we have 3J. And I'm going to just dovetail this. And it gets tucked back there. Like so. Then we have these little tickets. They're getting tucked in there. Then we have the big star. Not putting any adhesive that's going to cover my photo. And then we have these little stars. Putting extra pieces up so that I don't grab them by accident and use them. This is my trash. So looks like we have a wood grain star in there. I'm missing a white star. We know that's not odd for me. I will live with it. I'm good. Put that there. And put the wood grain looking, it is not real wood grain, on here. Then they took this die cut one, and you know what, maybe it was this one. Yeah. So I'm going to move that one after I put this on here. They layered these up double. And they put it here. And then they used one of the smaller wood grain ones. Over here. Okay, so I believe that completes, oh, nope, it does not. We have this piece, and it has a journaling box on it. So I don't have anything to journal right yet. So I'm just going to open up some more adhesive. Seems like I'm running out of this today. Give me just a second. Okay, so put some of that on the back. And it goes right about there. And I'm not journaling yet because I don't have any of my photos, so I can't really journal them. And no other stickers go on there. It does appear I'm missing another die cut, and I'm sure it's going to turn up as soon as I have completed this page. It's not unusual, we know that. Okay, but I'm going to move on to the last and final page. So again, we're using the White Harbor. Ugh. If I can get it lined up. Attach 3K, 3L, 3M. So it's going to be the same format that we did before. So we have 3O over here, then one of the 3 ends on the light side, then our barn paper, then the 3L, and I got that on the dark side over there, and then the smaller piece here is 3K. And so again, this is what we're building off of over here. And it is 3/4 of an inch in. No, the photo is 3/4 of an inch in. So this leaves me questions. So now they're building it from, see, I didn't know where this one went. Now they're building it from the right side. So this strip is 1.5 inches in. So I'm going to start on the right side now and build left. So 1.5 inches in. Still using the light side of our little tiny strip. You can use any adhesive you want on this. You want to run some liquid glue or liquid glass down there, you absolutely can. And I moved it, so that's not good. Okay. Then we're going to go with this one. I'm just moving everything today. Then we come back with this one. So we're just building off this, putting our base down, and then we come in with all of our extras. Remember, we had already put adhesive on this one. Okay. Then it says attach photos. Now, I dropped some photo things I'm going to have to grab, and I got adhesive on there. So let me grab the photo placements that I dropped. So this one, it says it's going to go 3/4 of an inch in. And we're just this side of, so I'm going to slide this way. Move my colored pencils. My workspace is tiny, so I want to get this straight at 3/4 of an inch in. It doesn't, but it does tell me 2 1/8 inches down. So there's 2. I'm gonna guess 1/8, and we're gonna just go right about here. And then we have another 4x4 that is 1/4 of an inch down from this one. And then another 4x4 that is 1/4 of an inch over from this one. Now, I should probably put my T-square down here and get this straight, but I think I can eyeball it pretty good. Then it says to add 3P, which I'm trying to find what 3P is. Oh, it's this one. So let's see where this is going to go. So 3P is going to be a little bit lower than our photo here. And it doesn't tell me how far over, but I can visually see that it's inside of this photo. So I'm going to go right about here. And then it says dovetail and attach 3Q and 3R. So this is 3R and this is 3Q. So let's dovetail those. And our micro tip scissors are fabulous for dovetails. I actually have both pair, the non-stick and the regular micro tip scissors. I use them all the time. So 3Q is down here and 3R is here, and I don't know why I wrote on the wrong side, but yay erasers. But that's okay. I was thinking since I screwed up and did, but it's fine. So 3R is 1.5 inches in. So this is going to go here, right along this border. And then 3Q butts up with it. Do not use adhesive along the top half as these so another piece can be tucked behind them at a later step. Okay. Attach the title sticker with 3D foam tape as shown. So I believe that is our Home Sweet Home. So it's already a sticker. Some people will take cornstarch and make that unsticky. It doesn't matter to me because it's already going to be stuck on here, so nothing's going to really get behind here. By the time I get it in an album and get a page protector on it, it's going to be fine. Now, if it was sticking out on, you know, like in a display or something, I may do that to take the sticky off of this sticker. But if it's going to go right into an album or a page protector, which these will until I have my photos, I'm not going to worry about dust or hairs getting behind there and sticking. Then we're going to put this on here, kind of center that on there like so. Embellish with stickers and die cuts. Tuck some of these embellishments slightly behind the top and bottom right photos. Trim the sides of the You and Me sticker and attach it to the journaling sticker. So we have this that says You and Me. And we have a journaling sticker, evidently, it says. But I don't know. Am I missing it? Because I don't see a journaling sticker. I mean, I see this, but is that the one they're wanting me to not use? I don't want to use that. I really like this windmill. So I'm going to cut off because it looks like, I don't think that's it. Well, maybe it is. Okay, I'll just buy another pack and get that journaling sticker again. So I'm going to tuck, well, that laid down before I was ready to. Tuck that under here and down here like so. And then I'm going to pick these up. Remember, it told me not to put anything there because ours are going to go over this. And then it tells me to trim the You and Me, but I don't know where it wants me to trim anything, so I'm just going to put that right here. And then there's another sticker here that says Rise and Shine. And that goes here. And then they took this cute little barn and stuck it right here. Some more of those white stars that I seem to have lost. Then over here, this piece goes behind here. We have some more of these stickers, or not stickers, little die cut images that they have stuck back in there. I need to punch that little piece out. So this is going in here. And this is coming out of here. We have another little piece I'm going to trim. It's already dovetailed. It's going to go down here. Then, oh, they have another sticker. It says This Day. I honestly have no idea where these little pieces went. I just don't have a clue. I'm going to take the second half of this dovetail because there was one on the other page, there's one there, and there's one there, and I I'm sure I popped them out and just lost them. So I'm going to put that there so that shows up more. Then we have this little blue sticker that's a dovetail. It's going to go in here like so, kind of offset on this. And another couple hearts. Not hearts, stars. Don't know where this journaling piece goes, and I missed this, so we're gonna come back and add it. So we're gonna cut it like right about here. And we're going to lift and slide. And because why waste this other piece? Let's find somewhere to put it. Like we can stick it out down here somewhere. And I really don't know where this piece, it says project 3. So we have this piece, and then we have these little, so these were the pieces that were for here, that these white stars were supposed to go on, that I don't know where they are. So we're going to just put them without the white star, just kind of have it there. I know there was one on the other page. So let's grab that. There was, no, there wasn't. Oh, but this piece, I found where this piece goes. Oh, there was. So this goes here. Some adhesive on both of these. I told you, I'm going to end up coming back and doing things. So that can go there. And then this tucked right in here behind this piece, like so. And another star, so that uses all of our stars, can go right there. Okay, so we have made 3 layouts. So this was layout number 3. I don't know if you can see all of them. And layout number 2. And layout number 1. Now, if I had to pick a favorite, it would have to be this one. I just love this. This is my favorite, but I love this whole collection, this whole pack of things, everything about it. It just fits our lifestyle, and pages that I actually will be scrapbooking. So a lot of them don't always fit my life, and I have to adapt them. But I love these. And if I'm remembering correctly, this was a consultant. Oh, here it is. A consultant design. This consultant, we get these rewards, and she helped design this. I don't know why I didn't put this on before. This collection. So that makes this even better because I don't know. I just love it. And I hope you love it too. Hope you like this video. I know I was a little chaotic and lost some things, but I'm thrilled with how these pages turned out. I'm happy to have them already pre-done for when we go to our pumpkin patch and when I do some photos from our property. So thanks for watching. I hope you will click subscribe. Come back and watch my Makers with Heart videos and any other videos I'm going to do throughout the month. And again, let me know, do you want me to do the Good Life scrapbooking, Good Life scrapbooking stamp and thin cut set for our third video using the Good Life collection, or do you want me to do the stamp of the month next week? Let me know. Thanks for watching.